What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Senpai, and today, as you can tell, I'm going to be doing a Digimon deck profile, and it's red. So, obviously we're going to start out with the babies. I play 5 babies. I play 4 Koromon and 1 Yokomon, just because in the 1.0 format right now, these are the best. This one straight up just gives power when you have a stack of 4. So by the time that you get to your level 6s and whatnot, it'll give an extra 1k power, which sometimes does come in handy. And Yokomon, it's just there just to be there. Not playing Digi eggs, in my opinion, is a big no, because they're a source of free draw. So every other turn you get 2 draws in your turn, as long as you have a rookie in your hand. So with that being said, let's get over to the level 3s. I play 4 Agamon. This one, he just on your turn, an inheritable skill of giving whatever Digimon that's on top of it plus 1,000 power or DP. He has a 0 Digivolution and a 3 cost to play from hand. You're pretty much just gonna Digivolve him right on top, draw you a card. You're never really gonna sit there and attack with him unless for some reason all of your level 3s are in your hand. Next, I play Promo Agamon. If you guys don't know what this does, his inheritable is while this Digimon has Greymon in his name, so that goes for the level 4 and the level 6. And I believe in 1.5 we get a level 5 Greymon as well. But they all get 2,000 DP, which is really nice. It comes in handy, so it makes you be able to start swinging earlier, at least for if not for nothing, bigger power. But he can and will be replaced later. But as for now, I just found that I really liked him playing around with a all Agumon / Greymon deck. He has the same stats as the regular Agamon that's from the start deck. So next, it is 6 vanillas of your whatever you like. I just chose these just because they're all 2 drops and they 0 Digivolve and they're 3 DP. So that puts me at 14 level 3s or 14 rookies. I like that ratio so far. 14 to 16 is the best ratio I've been seeing for rookies. Next on to your level 4s. Coming in first, Greymon. This one is amazing. It has an inheritable skill of security attack +1. It doesn't matter what's on top of it. Even if you just slap this thing down on turn 1 and then Digivolve on top of it, it's just a really good card. I thoroughly enjoy this card. Like, if you build an attack line and you have an Omnimon, it doesn't have this somewhere, either the gods are laughing at you or, oh man. But there are some cards that this does a combo with amazingly that are not in my deck after some thorough testing. But he has a 2 cost to Digivolve, which is the most the way that you're going to do it, unless your opponent gives you 10. Then you'll just play him hard from hand, but he is a 4k attacker. Next, for our level 4s, obviously you can't have any deck without your blockers. Koromon, 2 cost to Digivolve, 6k blocker. There's not really much to be said about this that you haven't heard in anybody else's deck profile. And for a little bit of speed, we have Dark Tyrannomod, 6 cost from hand, 1 cost to Digivolve. No inheritable skills. He has he's a 6k DP. So he's just here to speed you up to get to Omnimon. If for some reason you were not able to get a Greymon, at least you'll be able to get there with some speed. So, and that rounds out my level 4s at 12. Next is where we get a little bit different than everybody else. First, I play 2 Skull Greymons. I'm not sure about you guys who play red, but whenever I go up against blue or black or purple, I want to get rid of their blockers. I don't mind paying 7 costs to get rid of one of their blockers. This is like a cheaper version of Gaia Force. So Yeah, if I'm going to pay 8 for Gaia Force, I will pay 7 to get rid of that. But that's only his on play, where he's, on play, kill blocker. And if there's no blockers on board, just go ahead and Digivolve him. It's completely okay. Next, Groundramon. Again, for the same reason as Dark Tyrannomod. He is here literally just to be a cheap evolution cost to climb. It's the same stats, 6 to play from hand from him, 5 to play from hand from him, 2 to Digivolve, 1 to Digivolve from this one. So you're just literally trying to climb up quickly as possible. And to round out our level 5s, playing Metal Greymon. Just the one that gives you 3 memory. It doesn't matter if you Digivolve him or if you call him straight from hand, he gives 3 memory and then he takes 3 memory away. If your opponent is trying to choke you out and gives you 1, but you already have him on board, swing, you're put at 4. Then you can actually do a little bit more things. Just make sure that you get yourself to 1 or maybe 2, and then you can put them at like 1 to 3. So you can still choke them out. It extends your plays, it helps you out, and I thoroughly enjoy it. All right, so now level 6s. Phoenixmon, 2 cost to Digivolve. He's a 12K. Comes from the start deck. Very, very good. Very good card. I thoroughly enjoy it. It's literally here just for Omnimon speed. So just in case you can't get any of the utility, it's there for speed. This next card, utility in the utmost form. It is an 11 cost, level 6 Volcanic Dramon. He hurts purple, he hurts green. Any type of rookie rush, he's destroying. Or if you are so far ahead of your opponent and they're trying to come back, just drop this guy, boom. If you can at least knock out 2, it'll make it worth it to put your opponent to anywhere from 7 to 10. And on top of that, he has security attack +1. So the very next turn, unless they deal with him, he's going to be a threat. But sadly, outside of rookie rush decks, which I think are going to be a good thing going away and set 1.5 and beyond, he's not going to stay for too much longer. And my favorite level 6, War Greymon from the set. This War Greymon has a on Digivolve skill, which he costs 3. But when he's Digivolved, you get security attack +1. That part is great, but if you mix him with Greymon, he now swings for 3. And if you have another card in the deck, I'm just going to go ahead and show it to you guys because I'm going to get there anyway. If you have Tie out and there are 4 in the source, which you should have by this phase, he's going to be swinging for 4 if you have that Greymon and him on the turn that he's there, because this is going to put you to 3. It costs 3 costs of Digivolve, so you're going to be golden right there. So he can swing out of nowhere for 4 unanswered, because none of your opponent's option cards activate when he's doing security checks. So the only way that they're going to get over him is if, for any reason, he's weaker than whatever it is. Now with Koromon, that's +1000, puts him at 12. Let's just say you happen to have either this Agamon or this Agamon. So it's either 12, 13, and then, so it's either 13 or 14, or yeah, 13 or 14 when you're Digivolving up, and you can possibly get it even higher because there are some alternative cards that I can show you that do boost its power. But I love this card. This card has gotten my opponents to be like, hey, what does that do? Why are you attacking for so much security? And then they think their option cards are going to save them. Like, I've stopped Flower Cannons, Hammer Sparks, Trump Swords, you name it, he has stopped it. And I love this card so much. Trust me, true MVP of the deck. And finally, for the roundup of our last Digimon, 3 Omnimons. I don't know what I can say about Omnimon that hasn't been said already. Omnimon is just beautiful. This Omnimon, in my opinion, for 1.0, it's not the best card. The next card that I'm going to show you is the best card out of the set. Omnimon is probably number 3 right after this War Greymon. But Omnimon, he is a good red herring. A lot of the times people don't, people like, oh crap, Omnimon. Yeah, he deletes anything that has the same name, or, well, he picks one and then everything with that name dies, which is great, but after he does his 1 extra turn where he swings, he'll probably swing for 2 security, maybe 3, if you have Greymon and you have a Tide Trainer out on the board. But after that, that's it. So if your opponent can live past that, because he doesn't stop option cards, so he's susceptible to Flower Cannon, opposing Gaia Forces, Hammer Sparks, things like that. If you have a way to stop him for some reason, it's going to be hard to stop him by DP power and the security check, but once you do, if they do hit one of those option cards, he's done for, and then it's no good, which is why I still say he's the red herring. This is the real star of the deck. But he's great. Still, it's great. It's worth it. I don't think it's worth the $60 to $70 price tag. Maybe he should be down to like the 40 to 50, maybe even 35 to 45. But still, great card. Next card, if you haven't guessed it yet, this is a red deck. Come on, it is Gaia Force. Gaia Force is arguably the Gaia Force and all its clones, like Trump Sword. I forget what it's called for blue. But there are a lot of cards that are like, well, there's 3 cards that are like this, and this is possibly the best card in the set. Well, out of red anyway. It just says, hey, I'm gonna blow that up. Later on, I'm gonna be taking out these next 2 cards for some other option cards just to test them out. But for now, we just have 2 Tyrannomod, the trainer. He puts you to 3, and if you have 4 more cards in your Digivolution stack, he gives you +1 security, which is very relevant for this when you have the Greymon underneath it, and then whatever else that you want underneath it as well, because it allows you to swing on the turn that you Digivolve with this for 4, and any turn after that for 3, unanswered. The reason why I'm not upping this to 4 instead of just running it at 3, I did run it at 4. I did want some more space for Phoenixmon, so that way I can just hurry up and speed up to Omnimon in the case that I'm in a situation where my opponent is trying to memory starve me and I don't have ties. So next I'm going to show you guys some of the other alternative cards that you can run and what you may or may not want to run them at the ratios of. Okay, so back for cards that you probably can run as alternative options. So for level 3s that you could be running it as an alternative, Agamon. It was really hard to decide what to run it out of instead of Agamon. I had Agamon in the deck, and it took a lot just to take him out because he's so good. But I feel as if if you don't want to run the Agamon line because you're not running any Greymons in your deck as level 6s, take these out, replace them with 4 Agamons. You'll be completely fine. You won't get to 2,000 power, but you will get an extra 1,000 power just by getting 5 cards in your opponent's drop zone. Or I'm sorry, that's Vanguard popping out. By getting it into their trash, which is not going to be hard to do. Either they're going to do it themselves, or you're going to do it naturally just by killing their power line, or by killing their stacks, and by killing stacks and their options, or their security. So all you gotta do is at least tax twice with security and kill 1 Digimon that's attacked you with at least 3 cards in it, and you'll reach it. So it's not something that's unobtainable. Or if you just happen to drop a Gaia Force on one of their level 6s or above, you'll be completely fine. So that's the first alternative card you can run. Next is a level 4 Greymon. In this Greymon, he is from the set. He is a 4-cost, 2-cost Digivolve, which is really great. But the only thing about him is he just gives 2,000 DP, which is fine. But the thing, your level 4 lineup is so stacked and it's so good. The only space that you have, the only Digimon you have room to take out is just Dark Tyrannomod. And that's if you want to focus on getting power instead of going for speed. Either or, viable option. I'm just happen to go in for speed. I used to run this. I'm testing out the speed version now, which, you know, right now it's about a 60-30 split on going for speed versus going for power, because he does cost one more Digivolution source, but 2 more memory out of hand. So it's completely up to you. You decide, because you're not going to want to take out your blockers. You're not going to want to take out this Greymon. If you do, then there's definitely something wrong. If you want to take out this Greymon for extra security versus free extra security versus just free attack. So that part is up to you. It's completely your call. Next, we are going to be getting into the level 5s. I'm just going to do them all at the same time because they have the same name. So Metal Greymon and Metal Greymons. Now, these Metal Greymons are amazing. They've helped me win games so fast. It's not even, I'm not even kidding. Like, what you could do, because I only run 8 level 5s. Let me get to my level 5s really quickly. Oh, there they are. Okay, so you could take out these 2 and these 2, and you could probably take out these 3, keeping one of these at least because you want some speed, and put these in. Now what this is, it is a 3 cost to Digivolve, 8 cost to cast from hand, but he gets security attack +2. It's not just for the turn, it's forever. But when he swings, he gives your opponent 5 memory. I don't like ending my turn that quickly. There have been games where I've had the level 4 Greymon underneath him and I'm swinging for 4 at that time. And if I have tie out on the board, I'm swinging for 5. I'm wiping out all their security if he lives, because he only has 9,000 power. So, you know, the risk is yours. It's up to you. For me, he might become a 2-of in the deck. But for right now, he is really good, but I don't feel like he's necessary. So this is an alternative card that you can run. And as for this Metal Greymon, I like him, but only if you have a Omnimon line set up. He's like the only wiggle room you have when you're digivolving the Omnimon. Again, this is a 3 cost, but he has an inheritable skill of when your opponent blocks you, which most likely they are going to try to block Omnimon, you gain 3 memory. That's the main thing that you know got me into him, but that's why I have this one, where you don't have to rely on your opponent to give you the 3 memory. But this one, it's just it's instant, versus this one you have to wait like a couple of turns. And it works for any Digimon, not just Omnimon. Omnimon's just my prime example because people will usually try to block that. Or War Greymon. So, but yeah, both of these were Metal Greymons. Both good options to run if you don't want to run any of the level 5s that I had listed earlier. And also, finally, we're down to our last 2. An extra War Greymon or an extra Phoenixmon. War Greymon, I can tell you from personal experience, it is not bad at all. It is not bad. The only reason that I'm not running this again as my ratio is just because I want more speed. And just as equally, you could just take this Volcanic Dramon out, but then you leave yourself susceptible to the Weenie Rush or the Rookie Rush, as other games call it. And I don't want to do that. I do want this option in here, which is why I'm, you know, doing this for my, well, I'm sorry, I'm doing this for my level 6s. So that was my deck profile plus some options. Hopefully I've helped someone out. If I did and you test this out and it works at your locals, let me know about it in the comments below. Tell me some things that you found that work, some techs maybe that you found that don't work, or if you just want to say, hey, screw you, Senpai. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.